Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome to Let's Talk Theory, the show where we analyze some ideas and hypotheses around our favorite subjects. I'm your host Azelrix, and today it's time to drift to the land of Japan because we're talking about the Power Rangers. In the world of superheroes, the Power Rangers are not as appreciated as Batman or Superman on TV. That's because their TV show are aimed at a younger audiences, even though their comic books are great. I can only start to recommend the Ninja Turtle crossover with Power Rangers. Seriously, there's a Megazord Ninja Turtle, that's just awesome. That said, I f***ing love the Power Ranger, so hang on, cause it's morphing time, bitches! I'm sorry I called you bitches. I got carried away. We all have our favorite generation of Power Ranger. For most people, it's the original Mighty Morphin from the 80s, even though it kind of aged poorly. The black guy is the Black Ranger, he fights with dancing move, the Yellow Ranger is the Asian girl, and the girl who's a little stupid is the Pink Ranger. She even fights with a bow and her birthday is on February 14, Valentine's Day. If it gets any more girly, I think I'm gonna start throwing up rainbows. Is it me or are we really drifting apart right now? For my part, even though it's not the most popular version, the Dino Thunder Power Ranger are my jam. This show ended the arc of Tommy Oliver as a Power Ranger. It had arguably the coolest Megazord, the scariest villain, and the coolest White Ranger since Tommy himself. But today we're gonna dive in the lore of another series, the Power Ranger Samurai, and try to understand the secret origin of Master Xandred. For those who don't know, Master Xandred is the arch nemesis of the Samurai Ranger. He's a Nihilok who tries to overflow the world with magic water from the Senzu River, killing every single human being in the process. That's a pretty basic antagonist, but what if I told you that Master Xandred might have a secret identity? As usual, remember that I'm gonna spoil Power Ranger Samurai, Power Ranger Super Samurai, and the ending of the Power Ranger Super Megaforce TV show. So now that this is out of the way, let's talk theory. First of all, we need to establish a timeline. The end of the Super Megaforce TV show makes all the Power Rangers from all generations unite. This proves once and for all that all the generation and teams of Power Ranger operate on one single version of Earth. Then traveling to the first episode of Power Ranger Samurai, we learn then that Jaden, the Red Ranger, is the 18th Red Samurai Ranger, leader of the Samurai Power Rangers. The Power Ranger Samurai have been fighting the Nihilok even before the first Mighty Morphin team was even created. Then here listen to what Mentor G says.
Descendant of the man who destroyed your masters years ago.
He definitely said that the Samurai Ranger defeated Nihilok's masters, plural. So Master Xandred was not always the leader of the Nihiloks. In fact, I think he might even have been human at some point. Just like Dayu and Decker, originally they were human but were turned into Nihilok by their king. But back then the chief of the Nihilok was not Master Xandred but Serator. If Serator can turn two humans into Decker and Dayu, what if he had turned another human into Master Xandred? A human he knew was powerful and a human that gave him trouble by the past. Brace yourself, because at some point in his past, Master Xandred was a Red Samurai Ranger. Let's examine the fact. Master Xandred's skin is red, he displays some impressive elemental capabilities, and he's a gifted fighter capable of holding his own against 6 highly trained Samurai Rangers. They're adding the fact that Master Xandred is the commander of the Nihilok. These are all on our checklist for what a Red Samurai Ranger is supposed to stand for. A powerful fighter with some uncanny leadership abilities and elemental powers. Also, if you remember correctly, the goal of the Samurai Ranger is not to destroy Master Xandred or to kill him, but to seal him away using a special symbol of power issued from the Red Ranger lineage. But at the end of the show, Master Xandred is destroyed anyway. So we know for a fact that he can be destroyed, so why trying to seal him away rather than to destroy him? And don't tell me it's because the Power Ranger don't kill. Master Xandred is the only single Nihilok that they've tried to seal away instead of killing them. Actually, when you think about it, Power Ranger is pretty dark. Every single generation tried to kill their enemies at any point. So maybe perhaps the symbol of power was designed to seal Master Xandred by another Red Ranger who knew that he was dangerous, far too dangerous, to be left roaming the world, but didn't want to kill his father or his grandfather. And now perhaps the biggest clue, Master Xandred's chara design. If you compare Xandred to the Power Rangers when they turn into their Shogun mode, the parallel is obvious. His chara design looks pretty much the same as the chara design of a Power Ranger in this mode. Shogun mode being the most powerful a Samurai Ranger can get, and Master Xandred being able to 1v6 all the Samurai Rangers. Maybe he was the one who unlocked the Shogun mode, or at least he achieved this power, and when he turned into an Hilux, he perhaps turned into a demonic form of the Shogun mode. Also remember that the Shogun mode is also called the Power of the Ancestors, aka Power of Elders, and it comes from the Bullzord. Just like Master Xandred, the Bullzord is incredibly powerful but was far too dangerous to be left free. And they are both red, so perhaps the Bullzord was Master Xandred's Zord when he was the Great Shogun, when he was the Red Ranger of his generation. And yes, I can already hear you, the Bullzord is far too powerful to be tamed by a single Ranger. He needs a special symbol of power to be manageable. But the Bullzord being a crazy powerful Zord, it is normal that it goes to a crazy powerful Ranger, aka Xandred. As for Shogun mode being called the Power of the Ancestors, if Master Xandred was a Red Ranger, it means that he is part of Jaiden's family. He might be his great elder. So when Jaiden calls to the Power of the Ancestors to become a Shogun, he actually calls to the power of his elders, aka Master Xandred. Overall, most Power Rangers series lack budget or time for production, but that's why I love them. They become so ridiculously bad that you can't say you're not entertained while watching them. Tell me in the comment section who is your favorite Power Ranger, even though I know most of you will say Tommy Oliver. My favorite Power Ranger being Connor McKnight from the Dino Thunder generation, because this Triassic power and this Megazord are just pure gold. Then subscribe and activate the bell to be notified when a new video comes up. Follow me on Instagram to support my artwork, and if you like what you see, follow the link in the description to my ArtPal account to purchase some of my pieces. Share this video with all your Power Ranger loving friends, and as always, thanks for watching.